When we can edit this, right?
I can try.
Okay. Hi!
I haven't learned how to edit yet.
We're just starting.
We're back.
Again. It's week 2.
Yep.
Our
week 2
second one.
Week 2 of Paranormal Pixies.
Yep. Hi, everybody. As we all recall, we have our cute... Absolutely. I know you want to lick my face. Look, a camera, Coco. Say, yay! Mm-hmm. So we have our cute dog. You want a costume next time? Okay, we're going to get him a costume. Of course, we have Bone Daddy back here in his spring ensemble.
Yep, I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Blade. So, again, welcome back to this week's Paranormal Pixies.
Yay.
Today what we decided to do is I think we're going to talk about the different kinds of hauntings and some of our experiences with those kind of things. So, of course, we always have our lovely residuals as our first category of haunting. And residuals are kind of like a TV show, a tape that plays over and over again. It's just a loop. Think about when you've gone into like a hall where a wedding has been. You get a lot of energy thrown off by people. It's a very happy occasion. And you'll feel that kind of energy in there. It's kind of like that. That's a residual. Mm-hmm. So, have you ever experienced any residuals?
I don't think so, but a friend of mine did. He lived in this house, and apparently the guy before him lived there and would go up the steps the same time every night to go to bed and would go to sleep and snore. And you could hear the guy go up the steps, and you could hear him snoring. But it wasn't a true haunting. It was just, he did that so many times that it left that impression there.
Right. And a lot of times what it is residuals have an atmospheric quality, like if there's a large rainstorm, thunderstorm going on, they'll happen. Sometimes it's times of the year. So, I mean, I've lived with residuals on a few occasions. I had friends who lived in Morgantown, West Virginia, which was an area for, very big during the Civil War. And they actually lived in a old house that had been a hospital during the Civil War. And it's funny because, like, somebody one time dropped something on the floor, and they went to go pick it up, and they could actually hear, they were, like, really close to the floor, they could hear people walking.
Whoa.
Rolling carts.
That would be so trippy.
It was, like, real weird. They were like, get down here, hear this,
Wow,
and
that's cool, man.
It was just like, you had to be real close to the floor to be able to hear it. Otherwise, you didn't even know it was going on.
That's crazy.
And then they also had an old guy that during rainstorms would walk up their steps.
Ooh.
And he would totally ignore them. He would just walk up the steps, and by the time he got to the top, he would disappear. But it was only during storms.
Wow.
So, the residuals kind of have a trippy way about them, So, the next one is pretty much, your dead dude. I think I've had a little more experience with dead dudes.
Yeah.
How about you? What kind of experiences have you had with dead dudes?
Well, like the house that we lived in over in Clifton.
Right.
Somebody was in... There was on the second floor. There were 3 bedrooms and a hall closet, and every now and again, just at random times, day or night, didn't matter when, the back bedroom door would slam shut, and for some reason it had a deadbolt on it. I haven't figured this one out, but the deadbolt would lock from the inside, and none of us had a key to it. So we'd have to climb up on top of the kitchen, which was only 1 floor, come in through the window, and unlock the door.
That's
from the inside.
Fun.
Yeah. And the hall closet was right outside that bedroom, and it was always cold. And we lived there in the summer. Old Victorian house, no air conditioning, and that closet was always cold.
Oh yeah.
So that was one.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have had a couple of experiences with dead dudes. A house not far from here, but it's just 2 blocks away.
The same one you talked about last week.
Right. Yep. And we mentioned the Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you the story about the Mickey Mouse ears because like I said, our previous week I had mentioned that I had a roommate who did not believe in ghosts at all, any kind of haunting. It very very scientifically minded gentleman, wanted concrete proof of stuff, and he got tired. One of the things that would happen is the coffee pot would always turn on by itself. And he got really mad about that.
He thought one of you guys were doing it?
Well, he didn't know what was happening. And so we talked to him about it because there was another roommate and and we believed in it. We believed in ghosts because she's the one who had lived in the Morgantown house.
Oh, yeah.
So she had experienced hauntings before. And of course, I had experienced it as a child, which got me interested into the paranormal. But, just to be sure, like I said, the last time went out and had a bunch of stuff investigated.
Right.
So, we had things move all the time in the house. And, we also had a gentleman in the house.
I remember the rug that you said would roll itself up under the furniture.
Every morning. I had a Persian rug set on top of a carpet. And there was a table on it. There were chairs on it. The edge of the couch was on the couch was on the edge of it. Mm-hmm. And every morning this rug would go from one side of the room and would be bunched up to completely the opposite end. Not just kind of slight shove. No, completely bunched up.
But none of the furniture was moved.
None of the furniture was moved at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that it did is the staircase came down and there was like an opening where you could see into the living room, and then the rest of the staircase it kind of wrapped around. Well, on the walls that were on the staircase, the available walls, I had put paintings. They would inevitably be off the hook and leaning, facing out. In other words, you could see it against the opposite wall. In other words, they were moved from here over to here, facing that way. And I was just like, and they weren't like dumped or anything. They were actually leaning. They weren't falling or anything. And so, I mean, I even nailed. I took long nails and nailed the rug down to keep it from moving. And it still would move. This house was quite interesting, but
the Mickey Mouse ears.
The Mickey Mouse ears, and then we'll get on to the dead dude.
Yeah.
The Mickey Mouse ear incident, okay, you get used to it. You're hearing noises. You're getting locked in rooms. You're having electrical equipment going on and off. You're having, your furniture and rugs and paintings. Things are done with those.
Things disappearing.
Right. And we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
So the way it was set up is, there's the front door, here's the living room, staircase went up, and then there was an archway that went into the dining room. Well, we had made that into our offices, so we had a bunch of computers there, and our telephone. At the time, cell phones weren't as popular as they are now, so most of us were talking to each other on landlines. So I was kind of sitting in the archway, on the floor, talking on the phone, and in the dining room area, which was our office, they had a chandelier with globes as, its feature lighting. And I had placed my Mickey Mouse ears on top of one of the globes and unscrewed the light bulb, so, that didn't heat up. Mm-hmm. I'm on the phone, and I'm talking to a friend of mine. And all of a sudden, and I'm facing into the living room, so the chandelier is to my back. And I'm on the phone, and I'm chatting away, and all of a sudden, I see something moving. And I look up, and here are the Mickey Mouse ears going like this in the middle of the archway, and then they flew forward and fell on the ground. Mm-hmm. This was my reaction. Anyway, I was so used